Chapter number 3, The Earth and its Living World. Standard 5. In the below picture, you can see air, water and land, which are known as atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere. These are the spheres of the Earth. These three spheres together form the biosphere. The lithosphere and the hydrosphere. The Earth's crust is hard. It is mainly made of rock. When we travel in hilly regions, we see layers of soil and rock along road cuts. When we climb a hill or when we travel in hilly regions, we see layers of soil and rock along the road cuts. We see grassy expanses in some land places and only sand in others. We see grassy expanses means we see certain places where there is only grass and some places where there is only sand. For example, deserts and gardens where you may see grass. The land is covered with crops in some places and with forests in others. The land is covered with crops in some places. Like when we go to a field, we see crops. And when we go in a forest, of course, we'll see a forest. Sometimes we get to see the deeper layers of soil into which the tree roots spread. At others, we see rocks split apart by the tree roots. There are gentle mountain slopes as well as sheer cliffs of rock. All these land features are a part of the Earth's lithosphere. Much of the Earth's surface is occupied by water. The lithosphere extends under this water too. About a third of the surface of the Earth consists of land. A vast continuous stretch of land is called a continent. What is called a continent? A vast continuous stretch of land is called a continent. The land on Earth is divided into 7 continents. In the below picture, you can see the continents. They are Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, and Australia. Asia is the largest continent and Australia the smallest. Which is the largest continent? Asia is the largest continent and the smallest continent is Australia. The land is not even in all places. The unevenness gives different shapes to land in different places. The land is not the same in all the places. In some places they are very deep, in some places they are at a very height. They are called landforms. In the picture above, you can see some landforms like the plain, hill, mountain, etc. 2/3 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. 2/3 of the Earth's surface means 1/3 of the Earth's surface is covered with land and 2/3 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. Most of this water is in the oceans. That is why the ocean is called the largest water resource. Ocean water is salty. There are 5 oceans, namely the Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, the Southern Ocean and the Indian Ocean. You can see in the below picture the Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Southern Ocean, Arctic Ocean. The land along the margins of an ocean is called the coastal region. Water bodies of different shapes and sizes are formed along the coast. For example, sea, bay, strait, gulf, creek, etc. These water bodies are part of the oceans. Surface water. What is surface water? There are many streams of water flowing over the land. This water is not salty but fresh. These streams of water may be rills, brooks, streams, or rivers. Rills are the smallest and rivers are the biggest. Rills are the smallest and the rivers the biggest. Rills, brooks, streams join each other to form rivers. Rivers which join to make a bigger river are called its tributaries. Rivers that join to make a bigger river are called its tributaries. In some places, a river cascades down a sudden drop. Cascades means it just falls down suddenly. This forms a waterfall. What is a waterfall? Waterfall is a river that cascades down a sudden drop. River eventually flow into the ocean. River eventually flow into the ocean and they get merged with the ocean. Lakes, a water body formed by water collecting naturally in a low-lying area of land is called a lake. You may also must have seen many lakes around your surroundings. Water in the form of ice. Water particles in the cold freeze and in cold regions they come down in the form of snow. When layers of snow pile up on the ground, means they get collected on the ground, they form ice. Such layers of ice pile up in a low-lying area. They become enormous in size. This huge mass slips down a slope at a very slow speed. It slips down a slope at a very slow speed. This is called a glacier. There are also huge blocks of ice floating in the sea. They are called icebergs. Groundwater. Besides these water bodies on the Earth's surface, there is a lot of water stored in the underground layers of rock. It is called groundwater. We reach it by means of dug wells and bore wells. Many lakes and wells get water from underground springs. The water or ice that occupies the Earth's surface, groundwater and water vapor in the atmosphere together form the Earth's hydrosphere. Atmosphere. Now we'll see what is atmosphere. The envelope of air around the Earth is called the atmosphere. The envelope of air means all the air around the Earth is called the atmosphere. As we go higher from the surface of the air in the atmosphere becomes rarer. The air consists of a mixture of gases, namely nitrogen, oxygen, water vapor, and carbon dioxide. There are some other gases too in the air, but in very small quantities. The layers of atmosphere are named as the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, and the exosphere. The layer that extends from the Earth's surface to a height of about 13 km is called the troposphere. The conditions in the troposphere change continuously. They affect the living world to a great extent. The surface of the Earth gets heated due to the heat it receives from the sun. Means the troposphere receives heat from the sun and we get the heat. As we go higher in the troposphere, it becomes cooler. Almost all the water vapor in the atmosphere is contained in the troposphere. That is why all weather related phenomena such as formation of clouds, rain, fog, winds and storms take place in the troposphere. The air on high mountains is rarer than the air near the Earth's surface. Aeroplanes fly in the higher parts of the troposphere. There, the air is very rare. Therefore, arrangements have to be made to ensure that passengers get enough air for breathing. Beyond the troposphere, up to a height of about 50 km from the Earth is the layer called stratosphere. In the lower part of the stratosphere, there is a layer of a gas called ozone. Ultraviolet rays means the rays that can harm us coming from the sun are harmful for living things. But the ozone layer absorbs them and protects the living world from those rays. The remaining part of the chapter I'll be telling you in my next video. Please don't forget to watch it. Thank you. I hope you liked my explanation. If you did, then please like, share and subscribe my channel.